So I've been with eXp Realty for a little over 2 years now, and I've really enjoyed my time here. However, there are a few things I wish I knew about eXp Realty before I joined. What's going on? It's Will, and I'm glad to have you here with me today. eXp has offered me quite a lot as a real estate brokerage, honestly, more than most other real estate brokerages have to offer. However, eXp is a cloud-based brokerage, and the whole idea of a cloud-based brokerage is pretty new in the real estate scene. So there are a few things I wish I knew before I joined. For example, one of the things that I wish I knew was how hard it was going to be to connect with other agents. When I first started at eXp, the support was great, the mentorship was great, the classes and programs were great. Basically, everything was extremely solid on the support side. However, when it came to networking and getting to know other agents, I had a very tough time when I first started out because it was a cloud-based brokerage. You know, I was coming to eXp from Keller Williams, which is obviously a brick and mortar office. So when I was at KW, I would see agents at the office daily. Though I will say, for an office that had 300 people, only about like a dozen would show up at the office daily, sometimes even less than that. So it's a lot less than you think it would be. So if you end up interviewing with some brokerages, like any physical brick and mortar brokerages, and they tell you got like 300, 400, 500 agents at the office, I can almost guarantee you're probably not going to see that many agents at the office daily unless it's like team meeting day. But that varies office to office. That was my personal experience, and I've seen the same experience through some other agents at other physical brick and mortar brokerages. Regardless though, I would still see agents at the team meetings, and I would still see agents daily in general, right? Even though it was a small amount of agents, I would still see agents daily, and it allowed me to have conversations with these agents, network with them, get to know them, try to understand how they do things in the real estate industry so that I can have some ideas for my own business. Overall, I was able to network with other people pretty easily. With eXp, we don't have physical brick and mortar franchise offices, so you're gonna have to work a little bit harder in order to create those relationships with other agents. So instead of just going to the office daily to talk to other agents, what I would need to do at eXp is I would need to actually go to networking events or join all of the Facebook groups for eXp Realty or go to eXp Realty events. That's what I would need to do in order to network with other agents. Now, this really isn't an end of the world problem. Just letting you know, you are gonna have to work just a bit harder in order to create those relationships. I will say though, all of those Facebook groups that eXp has in place for the agents are absolutely amazing. Those groups allow us to refer business to each other, ask questions, collaborate. Overall, it's just a great extra stream of support. Having to do that extra work in order to create those relationships and network with other agents was a tad bit annoying for me when I first joined, if I'm being real with you. Now, another thing I wish I knew about eXp before I joined is how their reputation is among all of the other real estate brokerages or other real estate agents in the industry. Now, before we get into this, I do want to let you know eXp does not have a bad reputation with buyers and sellers. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, if this brokerage has a bad reputation with buyers and sellers, you know, I'm never going to sell any houses. That's not the case. They don't have a bad reputation with buyers and sellers at all. Actually, eXp is one of the leading brokerages when it comes to sold houses. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that. However, when it comes to the real estate community, a lot of people have built this reputation around eXp that we're some sort of like pyramid scheme, or all we care about is recruiting. Both of those statements are completely false, and I actually came out with a video debunking the whole notion that eXp is a pyramid scheme, so I'll make sure to link that video up here, or you can check it out down in the description box below. You can check that video out after this video is over. So yeah, this is not true at all. Again, as I mentioned, eXp is one of the biggest brokerages when it comes to actual houses sold. At eXp, we are real estate agents. We're not just some like recruiters, right? We sell real estate. Like that's our whole job title. Now, this is not some huge issue that you're going to notice right when you join eXp. And I will say, this has actually gotten a lot better too, because when I first joined like almost 2.5 years ago, it was really bad at that time because not as many agents were with eXp. When I joined, there was only about like 27 or 28,000 agents at eXp. Now we're nearing 90,000 agents. So a lot of people are starting to actually understand what eXp is really about, and a lot more people are joining. So the whole notion of us being a pyramid scheme and being people who only care about recruiting, that whole thing is starting to kind of like fade away because people are starting to see the truth about what eXp actually is. However, I thought this was worth mentioning to you because even with me, I'll get hate comments sometimes on YouTube, but I'm totally fine with it because, again, I know people are just misunderstood about eXp. There's nothing I can do about ignorance, right? I can only do my best to inform. People don't want to receive that information. That's totally cool with me. So those aspects at eXp have been a little rough, especially if you're someone who's an introvert. You're just going to have to put in a little bit more work to get things done, like networking, as we mentioned earlier. However, if you want to succeed in real estate regardless, you're going to have to go after everything. So I'm sorry if you aren't an introvert, this business is going to be challenging for you. I'm not saying it's impossible if you are an introvert, but it is going to be challenging for you because you're going to have to talk to people and you're going to have to do things that are outside of your comfort zone. That's basically the whole job description. So you got to know what you're getting yourself into. But again, in terms of networking, it was very hard for me. Now, this was never a big enough issue for me to leave eXp because in my opinion, the pros far outweigh the cons. However, this is definitely something to take into consideration if you're thinking about joining eXp. Now, I will also say if you are someone who just absolutely needs a physical office with other agents in it and there's just no way to work around that, then I would say eXp is probably not right for you. Unless you want to join a real estate team under eXp, then you probably will be able to get that physical office experience because most teams have physical offices and, you know, they have team meetings and they get together and they collaborate, Zoom meetings, all that good stuff. So you'll have that feel of being in a physical office. But if you don't want to join a team, yeah, it's probably not going to work out for you. Me personally, I used to be an office guy, right? So when I was at KW, I had my own office space. And to be completely honest with you guys, it was cool for like a few months and then I got over it pretty quickly. And then I realized that all of the work that I do, I can easily do it in an office, right? Especially as real estate agents, a lot of the work that we do is going to be going out on appointments, showing houses, listing presentations, right? All that good stuff. So you're not going to be in the office, right, for most of your time, unless it's like an admin day or something for you. Regardless though, for me personally, I realized that all of the work I was doing didn't need an office for it. It was a waste of money. It honestly was a waste of time, like driving out there, spending money on gas, mileage, all that stuff. It just wasn't worth it to me. It didn't really make any sense. But I do understand that a lot of people just like having that office feel, feeling like they're going to work somewhere and whatever, and just having that feel. So I totally respect that. I'm just giving you my advice and some of my experiences that I had early on as a new real estate agent. So I did want to make this video so that if you're thinking about joining eXp, you would actually have an idea about what some of the cons are. I know a lot of YouTubers out there won't make videos about cons when it comes to eXp because of course they want to recruit you, right? But I did want to make this video because I wish somebody made this video for me back when I joined. Maybe somebody did and I didn't see it, whatever, right? But I'm putting it out for you now if you're really thinking about it. If those couple things that I mentioned are really big issues for you, then maybe it isn't the best for you. If you have any more questions about eXp or you want to get on a free consultation call with me, make sure to book an appointment with me using the Calendly link down in the description box below, and I would love to talk to you and answer any questions you may have about eXp. But even in my case, even if I knew this information about the cons of eXp before I joined, I probably still would have joined, to be completely honest with you. However, it would have been nice to know some of this stuff just so I could have been a little bit more prepared. But let me know down in the comment section below if you're thinking about joining eXp or if you have any questions about eXp at all. Make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. Make sure to check out this video next and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you did enjoy this video, and I will see you all on the next one.